Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, as part of the Zero Loss Supply Chain Best Practice series that we are launching. So today, we are going to talk about load straps, right? Load straps are used to secure loads within a truck or a trailer to make sure, right? I mean, the pallets don't move, the boxes don't move, the pallets don't tip or fall. Right? I mean, we did talk about load bars before. If you have not seen that video, just search for that video and check it out. The big difference between load bars and load straps, right, is that load straps are much more flexible, right? It's the same concept. So it's the same concept. So let's say this is your, truck, right? This is your, truck. And then obviously, right, you got your, pallets here. So you got your pallets here like this. And then you got your boxes. Again, I'm drawing only 2D, to demonstrate. You can especially when the boxes are soft. So this is when you're using load bars. When your product is really rigid, right? The example that we talked about was a brick, whereas here, let's say it could be a metal. It's very heavy and very rigid product. That's when you use load bar. But load straps are much more flexible. I mean, you guys have seen this. If you had a contractor come to your home, he would use those nylon straps and also have a ratcheting mechanism, right? You tie it, and then with the ratchet mechanism, you can really make it pretty tight, and it's applies a lot of pressure on the product itself, and then holds it really, really tightly. And it's very useful, especially on a flexible product, right? For example, even if you're moving some odd, not exactly a perfect pallet, right? Geometrically perfect shape, you're moving something odd, right? It's kind of a weird shape, or you're even keeping it close to the wall and you want to strap it to the wall of the trailer. You can do that, right? That's the difference between load bars and load straps. Load straps are much more flexible and you can hold it pretty tightly, whereas load bars are very rigid. It's like literally like building a wall within your trailer, right? That's what load bars are. We can even have different sections within the trailer with load bars, as if there are different walls or different rooms that are there, and you can use it like that. Whereas load straps are much more flexible, and I've actually seen even in containers that bring all these floor-loaded boxes from overseas, right? I mean, India, China, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, where they come out of, right? They use in containers, obviously on their side, it's much easier because labor is less expensive. They don't optimize. They optimize for cube, and normally they are floor-loaded containers or trailers. That's what it is, right? So even in those scenarios, I've seen they applied load straps because the product was soft and the box itself was soft, because inside the product it was all apparel, right? So that's something to think about. If your product is kind of soft and you want to hold it tightly, and even non-pallet, odd-shaped product that you're transporting, right? You can use a load strap. So that is the difference. So you would tie the load strap like this, and it's much more flexible, right? I mean, you can tie it like this, and then there is this ratchet mechanism here. With that, you can tighten it pretty well, right? Tighten pretty well, and that works very well when there is when your product is soft and kind of sometimes it would get slightly crushed, slightly collapsible type of product. So that's a nice best practice as well, and that secures the pallets or the whatever product that you're shipping nicely to the trailer. And obviously, right, we talked about this, when it's same as in any e-commerce order that you place and they ship the product with really good damage, so the product doesn't even shake. The trailer is essentially the same thing. It's a huge box with wheels, and we are dragging around the trailer all over the country, and some roads are fantastic, some roads are really, really bad. So you got to really make sure, and because of the size and the speed and the torque that it gets applied on those boxes, right, the G-forces are enormous. The G-force is enormous, and it's very easy for the pallet and the product to tip over, fall over. That's why it's super important to secure that pretty tightly and keep that in mind. Let me know what your thoughts are, and share your feedback on this video, and thank you for taking the time to watch it.